the car manufacturer that, I don't know, maybe a few people haven't heard of it, Bugatti, was actually founded 60 kilometers from Basel. Good morning, everybody. I am currently in a race to get to the immigration center, which is about an hour away, or an hour and 10 minutes away from where I live. I have an appointment this morning to confirm my identification for my permanent residency here in Switzerland. And I have left the departure time a little bit too late. The immigration center is a little bit further away than what I remembered. I have been there before, but I don't remember it being so far away. So I thought it was about 50 minutes from my house, but it turns out that it's actually about an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm making good time now. I seem to be clawing back a minute every so often, so it looks like I might get there 10 minutes before. But yeah, usually if you're late, they don't have any sympathy whatsoever. So, and it's currently lashing it down outside, and visibility is not great. I just hope that there's not going to be too much traffic going into this city slash large town called Solothurn, because where we live is an enclave of this canton slash state, and the main city, or the capital city of this particular state, is about an hour and 10 minutes from where we live. So give you a little bit of an idea of what it's looking like. As always, perfect driving conditions. It's nice and wet, it's dark, it's early in the morning, feeling fresh. Car's clean inside, interior is nice and clean, roads are relatively clear, but it's just the visibility is not super fantastic. But yeah, we should be making pretty good time. I think we've got about 50 minutes. I've got the appointment. The appointment is at 8:15, and Maps seems to think that we're going to get there at 8:04. So it was, I mean, obviously I need to take into consideration time to find a park, because it is on the main train station road. So parking's not always easy. So it's always good to leave it yourself at least 15 minutes going into these towns. Now I'm stuck behind a truck, so yeah, it's always good to leave it a little bit earlier, especially when going to the immigration center. I made a video yesterday about asking people to send in their cars and their stories behind these particular cars, and I've had a very good response to that. Some people have sent in like huge paragraphs, some people have just sent in like a little snippet, some like very basic text, and what I want to do with those pictures and texts is, firstly, I will make some Instagram posts and put the description under each photo, and I'm also going to make a YouTube video, and I'll read out those descriptions and put the photos of people's cars up in the video, because yeah, I am a person that also becomes very emotionally attached to cars very, very quickly, and I like to hear and listen to people's stories that they also have about cars that are very special to them. I mean, I've done some pretty ridiculous things to reacquire cars and also acquire cars. So, I mean, sure, there's been some cars that I've absolutely hated and completely regretted the fact that I bought them, but it all goes into your storytelling repertoire of cars. So every story is a good story in my mind, because it either teaches you something very important or it's a good memory. These windscreen wipers are very, very loud. They're working extremely over time. So we are currently driving through Delemont, which is that town where we did this did the inspection for this car. So this town is now become special to me because I've got very fond memories of the inspection place. Whoa, whoops! And now I've just going to the wrong lane. Sorry, Mr. Man behind me. So yeah, we're driving through Delemont now, and then we're going to get onto the highway, which is going to take us down past a town called Biel/Bienne, because it's a German and French speaking town, which has got a very beautiful lake. It's actually a very, very nice region down there. But we need to get through that town to get to the city of Solothurn. It's too bad that it's dark at the moment because I can't actually show you my surrounds, but what I can see in the gloomy skies is beautiful mountains. So hopefully by the time I get out of all the tunnels that I'm just about to drive through, I'll be able to turn the camera on and get some good. You'll be able to get a good idea of sort of what we're driving through and what the scenery is like. So that's what I'll do. I will turn the camera back on when we have a little bit more visibility. I'm going to turn the light off now because I'm finding it difficult to see. So yeah, still very, very gloomy. The light is starting to get a little bit better, but it's not really. You can only really see sort of silhouettes of the mountains, but it's a very when the weather's nice. This road is absolutely beautiful to drive down. So another 29 kilometers until Solothurn. It's saying we're going to get there at 8:04. Hopefully there's no traffic. It's not showing traffic at the moment, but once you start to get to the especially at the time that we're driving, this is like peak driving time, people going to work, so it's touch and go sometimes. Another tunnel. I think this is tunnel number 12 in the space of about, I don't know, 30 kilometers, 35 kilometers. And this is definitely not something that you'd see every day, is a bike lane in a highway tunnel, only in Switzerland. So now we're coming down into Biel. We're actually not going to go, I don't think we're going to go through Biel itself, because we have to go on the ring road that goes, yeah, we're not actually going onto or into the town itself, but maybe we can do that on the way back. Yeah, so Biel is one of the, I think it's probably one of the biggest towns. Oh no, Bern would be the biggest bilingual town. Biel is kind of coming from actually, where is it? No, it's one of the most, it would probably be one of the most Western bilingual towns. Yeah, because pretty much everything south of here is French. Well, due south. No. Southwest. Everything southwest from here is basically strictly French. And just going past the Rolex factory. Yeah, very synonymous with Swiss lifestyle, luxury. So yeah, you get a lot of that sort of stuff. Switzerland is a very, it's a beautiful place, but it's also there's a big mix of classes, that's for sure. Like, they don't really have a lower class in Switzerland. It's more of a very, they're all wealthy compared to the rest of the world. All the classes are definitely well off. Yeah, but that's not really important anyway. So it looks like we're going to get there in good time. We've got another 9 minutes, saying we're going to arrive at 8:03, so we have made a little bit of time up. We've knocked off three whole minutes so far. We haven't made it into Solothurn city yet, but this car is so comfortable to drive. I almost feel like I could just lay back and go to sleep, which obviously wouldn't be very good because it's not an automated car, which is why we love it. But yeah, it's just such good. The geometry is just, and I'm not feeling 100% today. I'm like, the last couple of days I've felt a little bit sick with a flu or something. I mean, we've had a whole house of sick people the last almost 2 weeks now. So yeah, but it makes for very nice, comfortable driving. And also, we've just driven through 3 different states. In the time that it's taken us to get to Solothurn, we've driven through, I mean, sure, the states or provinces aren't that big in Switzerland, but we've just driven through. We started in Canton Solothurn, and then we drove into Canton Basel-Land, which is basically Basel country. And then we've gone into the Jura, Canton Jura, which is a French part of Switzerland. And then getting out of Canton Jura and then going into Canton Bern briefly. Biel, the town that I was talking about before, that is in Canton Bern. Yeah, now we are just about to pop back into Canton Solothurn, which is a little bit weird and strange that you would drive an hour, drive through 3 other different provinces slash states, and then end up back in the one that you need to go to for your appointment. So yeah, it's a bit can be a bit mind-boggling for someone that's not used to living in such a small country, but it's cool. You get to see all the different number plates, which I like. A bit of a nerd with that. Throw in a couple of international number plates on the way as well, so that's also cool. So now we're coming into Solothurn West. So 2 minutes to go, 350 meters until we get to where we need to be. So I think we're going to get there just in time, or perfect timing, I should say. I think I can probably look for a car park anywhere now. I just saw another Volvo, a newer Volvo XC70, just come out of a car park, so I'm going to try and get to that. But that was down a one-way street, so I won't be breaking any laws just for a car park now. And here we are, so yes, it's not so bad. And just to make everyone aware of just how expensive this place is, I have to, for this appointment, I actually have to pay 95 Swiss francs. I'm probably going to be in there for about, I don't know, I would say, I reckon I'll be in there for 15 minutes max. 95 Swiss francs. That's a rort. But I suppose that's the price you have to pay if you want to live in the most expensive country in the world. They are the compromises you need to make. So we have arrived. Well, that was an expensive 10 minutes. I was in the immigration for probably not even 10 minutes. And they charged me 95 Swiss francs for a photo. So, yeah. Oh well, like I said, that's the price you have to pay to live in the most expensive country in the world, so. Right, so now that that's all done and dusted, well, they can't deport me, which is good. Well, I'm sure they probably still could if they wanted to, but yeah, 95 Swiss francs for a new identification photo and card. Maybe I should have gotten into bureaucracy as a job, working for the government. I mean, it's sort of universally known that working for the government you get good money, so I mean, they tax us enough, so of course they're going to get good money. So now I'm going to head back the other way because I actually need to go into Basel first, so that's what I will do. Might get some nice views anyway on the road back there. Let's see. Still pretty gloomy. Well, very gloomy actually. Every time I come down here, it's always gloomy. So I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's just because of the time of the year that I always have to come down here. It's always around March because that's when I first registered in Switzerland back in 2016. So I would have actually thought I'd be eligible for a passport now because I've been here for so long, but they just automatically signed me up again for a C permit, which is permanent residency. But yeah, I'm not complaining. I've got a European passport, so it's not super necessary. So yeah, on the way back now to Basel direction, and I'll give you a little bit of a view of the highways, I suppose. Top quality Swiss highways that they always seem to be doing roadworks on. I mean, I suppose that's what you need to do if you've got extremely high level and top quality highways. I suppose that's number one priority, is to be constantly maintaining them, and that's what they do. They definitely do that. There's no slacking when it comes to highway maintenance. It just means that you are constantly in traffic. But yeah, at least our road tax is going to something. Off we go. Yep. As soon as we get back onto the highway, there's roadworks. As always. I mean, I suppose they have to think of the next 100 years rather than now, because obviously the population is growing rapidly. So yeah, they can be forgiven, I suppose. Anyway, it's perfect driving weather, especially in a nice tanky Volvo. Absolutely lashing it down still, but driving in the rain is always fun, I must say. It's always an enjoyable experience, no matter where you're going, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're driving. It's always good fun. So yeah, I actually kind of need to go back to Basel to have a look, because I need to get an extra camera, I think. So I'm going to go and have a look at an electronics store, because my one camera is not really enough, and it's tricky to, if you've only got one pair of hands, it's tricky to drive and move cameras around, which I don't do, obviously. But you can imagine it would be very tricky. But I don't know. I don't know from experience. Anyway, so still feeling like crap. Got the sniffles. Got it blocked. My face is all blocked up. Everyone at home's been sick over the last week. So, yeah. But again, I'm feeling very comfortable and very content in this Volvo. I could just go for a big road trip today, but I won't. That would be irresponsible of me. So still driving through roadworks. It's been about 5 kilometers now. Yeah, we're not going anywhere very fast. And also the people that drive down here are notorious for being terrible drivers. Every time I drive through this area, they're not very good drivers, let's put it that way. They just sit in the overtaking lane and trucks come out behind trucks to overtake trucks at random points. Yeah, it's just not a very enjoyable stretch of road. I always tend to get very overworked and very heated whenever I drive through this part of Switzerland, but today's not so bad. I'm trying to keep my cool. But yeah, now we've come out into general speed limit, which is good. It's 120 k's, so we can open it up a little bit more. Put the cruise on. Ah, this car, just set it on cruise and let it go. How nice is that? Very smooth. These roads, very, very nice. And here we go. Here's a good example of sitting in the overtaking lane. Just about to drive past a town called Niederbip, which is ironic because you're constantly on the horn, so you need to bip at all the people that are just sitting in the overtaking lane. Feeling a little bit delirious, sick. So I've made it back to Basel and I am currently sitting here. Well, first I went into a electronics store to try and find a camera, but I couldn't find one. And now I'm sitting here going through all the photos and descriptions and stories that people have sent into me, having an absolute blast looking through all the pictures and reading all the descriptions that everyone's left. So I will do a video, maybe even today. Maybe I'll try and get it sorted out today, and then post that onto YouTube. And also I'm going to put it onto my Instagram as well, so everyone can see all the cool cars that people have sent in. So yeah, I feel like shit, but cheap car content doesn't stop for no one. So far I've got around about 12 or 13 cars that people have sent in to me. There's a couple of people with more than one, even more than 2 cars, which I have massive respect for. Yeah, you're not a real cheap car lover unless you've got at least 2. So no, that's not true. You can also be a cheap car lover with 1. That's fine. Not everyone has the space. So yeah, I made it back to Basel. That was it was around about a 2.5 hour round trip to go, yeah, down to the immigration center for basically a 10-minute consultation, which cost me 95 Swiss francs for a photo, and then they'll send out the new residency card in the next sort of week or 2. So I'm very excited to share the stories and the pictures of the cars that I've received from you guys. So yeah, that'll be the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to see and get all the updates of what we're doing, where we're going, what cars we're looking at, etc., etc. I'm going to start, I've started planning a new kind of concept. I'm going to start picking out some really nice villages around the area of where I live, and I will be featuring them, driving whichever cars I've got, just to put whatever car that I've got through sort of, not a test, but just to see how it sort of handles all the different kinds of roads that those three countries sort of have to offer. It's more of a, they're more filler videos between the road trip videos. Obviously I don't have the finances to be just going off on massive road trips all the time, unfortunately. So I need to keep the content up and keep the filler videos localized. So that's actually what the series is going to be called. It's going to be called Cheap Car Tours, the local series. So it should give you a good idea of all the beautiful places around, like this part of France, Switzerland and Germany. So I'm very much looking forward to doing that, because it also gives me a chance to do a little bit of research of these towns and villages. I actually already started doing some research and some structure for the first video, and it turns out that the car manufacturer that, I don't know, maybe a few people haven't heard of it, Bugatti, actually was actually founded in a town that is around about 60 kilometers from Basel, which I had no idea. I thought, and another interesting fact about that, which I will put some more interesting facts about that thing in the actual video, but Bugatti was actually founded in Germany, technically, because at the time of the foundation of that company, that particular part of France was actually in the German Empire. So obviously Alsace, which, well, not obviously to those who don't know, but Alsace, the region region of France just that borders Switzerland and Germany, has been German and French multiple times, or numerous times. So yeah, I'll put some information on that and that region in the video, and yeah, that should be an interesting watch. I will look forward to bringing that to you. So yeah, back to the point. If you are enjoying the videos, if you want to have a car featured with its story, if you like road trips, if you like history, if you like cars in general, I would be very appreciative of a subscribe to my channel and a follow to the Instagram page, and TikTok and Facebook and all that mumbo jumbo. So yeah, on that note, thanks for watching again, and we will very soon have the very first feature video of your cars. So we'll see you then.